I'm using my 401k to get a guaranteed 20% return on my money, which is nearly 2.8 times the average return of the S&P 500. Here's how I'm doing it and how you could do it too. Okay, so there's not much you need in order to pull this off. The first and most important thing, obviously, that you need is a 401k with an employer match. The second thing that you need is you need to contribute the maximum to get the max match. Maximum to get the max match? Yes, contribute whatever it takes to get the maximum match from your employer. In my case, that's contributing 6% of my pre-tax income to get a 3.5% match from my employer. So basically the way this works is I contribute 6% of my pre-tax dollars from my paycheck into my 401k. And every time I do that, my employer is then taking 3.5% of that pre-tax income, taking money out of their own account and putting it into my 401k. So that's already an amazing return on my money. It's about 58% return. So if I put $100 of my paycheck in, they give me an additional $58, resulting in $158 being in that account. And obviously 58% is higher than the 20% that I said, at the beginning of the video. But that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is to show how important this employer match is, even if you don't use your 401k. So stick with me. Okay, so I hear all the time, avoid withdrawing from your 401k, you'll get penalties, penalties, penalties. Just because they call them penalties doesn't necessarily mean they're bad for you. Yes, you lose money from them. But if you want to access that money or you're uncomfortable having it in the investments that are available in your 401k, because for example, my Wells Fargo 401k has crap investment options, this is to show you that a penalty doesn't mean a bad thing, and how you can do some basic math to figure that out. Okay, so before we get into the real nitty-gritty details, I am not a financial advisor by any means. You gotta go to college and stuff to be a financial advisor, and that's not me. So entertainment purposes only, this is my experience, do your own research. But it works. Now that that's out of the way, let's jump into a spreadsheet. If you want to use the spreadsheet yourself, there's a link down in the description. Just open that up, click make a copy. It's like file, make a copy, something like that. You can tweak it all yourself with your own numbers. The numbers that will be in there are the ones that we're gonna review here during this video. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna need to do is we're gonna need to collect a little bit of information. You're gonna need to grab the penalties that you're gonna incur from your 401k for early withdrawal. You're gonna need to grab your state and your federal tax rates. You're gonna need to figure out your maximum contribution and what that equates to in an employer contribution. Like I said, mine was something along the lines of 0.5% up to every 3%, or it was some weird complex thing. But if I contribute 6%, the max they'll go up to is 3.5%. So if I contribute more than that, they're not gonna contribute anymore. So find those numbers, figure out what your max is. And then the last thing you need to find out, hopefully you already know this, is your salary. You'll just need your salary. Open up that spreadsheet, go ahead and start plugging those numbers in. We're gonna fill out anything that is yellow. Anything that it's yellow is not a calculation, and you can fill that out. So basically what this spreadsheet is doing is it's gonna show you, making the assumption that you're gonna contribute this percentage of your paycheck matched with your employer to your 401k. And the second that hits your 401k account, you're gonna withdraw that, you're gonna pay your taxes, you're gonna pay your penalty, and what your return on that money would be. So if we walk through this, you'll see I have a salary on here of $170,000. I have a 6% contribution, a 3.5% match, about a combined 40% tax rate, and a 10% penalty on early withdrawal. And if you take a look at this, that means I'm contributing about $10,200 annually to my 401k. I am getting matched $5,950, which is money I never would have had before. It's only because I'm putting it in here. It's very important. So annually, it's about $16,150. So if you take those contributions and you figure out what that would be post taxes. So this is how much this money would have been worth had I just left it in my paycheck and paid typical income taxes on it. That would have been worth about $6,324. Now, after paying taxes and penalties on the amount that ended up in my 401k with my employer match. It's worth $8,398, which is a return of 20% on my money versus what it would have been had I just left it in my paycheck. Now, it takes a little bit more work to get through some of this. You have to deal with the penalties and taxes. You got to do the math. And again, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is it's free money. If you have a 401k and you're not contributing the max amount, you are straight up just losing money no matter what. I mean, you can withdraw this from your 401k typically immediately. And yes, I know people are gonna jump down in the comments, you're stupid. Like, everyone's got their own thing. If you don't want to leave your money in the 401k, don't leave your money in the 401k. I'm currently keeping mine in my 401k, but I'm also looking at buying some real estate here soon, and I might withdraw some of that for a down payment. And guess what? I still made 20% on my money. Now, let me reiterate, keeping it in your 401k keeps you more money. So if you don't need the money, don't withdraw the money. This is just here to remind you that just because it's a penalty doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means do the math. It's basic, simple math. Learn to use spreadsheets and your financial life will be so much better. As always, if you like this video, smash that thumbs up button. It really does help me. If you think this is the dumbest idea in the world, just go ahead and hit that dislike button. The YouTube algorithm likes that too. That was weird. And hit that subscribe button, and I will talk to you guys next time. Peace.